Hey guys, this is Shadowfox here and welcome back to another episode from the Isle of Nowhere server. So today we're starting off in the dig site, which is going to be the future home of the Dwarven base. And I'm just going to give you a quick tour of what's been done so far. So we've got the central pillar kind of mapped out. We've got the edge of the cavern done as well. Now this quadrant is all dug out. I've also made a start on the second quadrant over here, which as you can see has still got a way to go, and then I've barely touched the other half of this. Now obviously this isn't all going to be just straight stone all the time. What I want to do is, once I've got the main area dug out, is to actually start terraforming it. Again, this isn't going to be flat either. I haven't fully decided what I want to do down there yet, but I'm thinking definitely having some kind of stone spikes, maybe some lava lakes as well, and I want to do something with this central pillar, so maybe having a second layer to this. So it's not just one level, we'll have another layer about halfway down with another bridge going across, and that can go into some different areas, and then we'll have some stairs going down on maybe one of the corners. But between this episode and the last, I've been doing a lot of work, not just digging. So I'm going to head up into the main base area, and you can see we've got a few slimes hopping about. There's at least 3 slime chunks that I found down here. So if we head up here, probably the first thing you'll notice is the mountains around the side of the valley have all been built up a little bit now. So everywhere where you can see these kind of patches of dirt, that was originally the tops of these mountains. So we've a fair bit done, not a massive amount, but I think it's coming along nicely. There is still a lot of work to do on this, don't get me wrong. I mean, just look at areas like this. That's just looking super fantastic. So that all needs re-terraforming after I've got the kind of base shape of the area up. But I think this is coming on quite nicely. It's actually starting to come together now, and you know, the image I've got in my head is slowly starting to take shape, which is an absolutely fantastic feeling. So let's just sleep before we get blown up by any creepers or shot at by skeletons, because I'm the only one on the server right now, and that means mobs like to spawn near me. See what I mean? Lots and lots of mobs. Well, not for much longer. So you can probably see I've got quite a bit of stone in my inventory there. I've gone through about 3.5 to 4 shulker boxes worth of stone just doing this. So what I'm going to do this episode is I'm going to continue building up these mountains. And the way I'm doing this is I'm basically just doing one level at a time. And for the most part, because I want these mountains to be quite steep, we stick very closely to the previous layer. So we just go around like this, and occasionally we'll go right up to the edge. Sometimes we'll leave one block. But it's a case of just going around like this and try not to think too hard about it. You know, if stuff gets misplaced, I don't go back and correct it, I just leave it. Because I think that adds a bit of randomness into the build that your brain wouldn't otherwise do. And I think that's going to make it look a lot more natural. And obviously after this is all done, we can go around and smooth a few things out, because it's not going to be perfect first go, possibly not even the second go. But anyway guys, I'm going to continue going around like this until we can get a bit higher. We're currently on Y level 82. I think previously I said I would like to get up to about 140. So very close to the clouds, so we've got a lot more work to do here. But I will be back shortly once we've got some more work done. So it might not look like a lot, but that is another 2 layers done around the outside the valley. And that's used up pretty much a full inventory of stone. So that takes us up to Y level 83. I want to get up to Y level 140, which is going to be another 57 layers. So if I can do 2 layers with a full inventory, that's going to take about 28 inventories of stone. So that's 28 shulker boxes of stone. Now I know for a fact I have nowhere near that amount. I've got about 12 shulkers. So we're not even going to get halfway. That's how insane this is. Good news is though, using this guy here, Silk Touch pickaxe, I'll be able to get plenty of stone just mining out with the Haste 2 beacon. So that's hopefully going to help out a lot. So a quick progress update. I'm now up to Y level 100 on the mountains, and I think they're looking pretty good. I mean, what I quite like as well is, as we're getting higher up, we're starting to get snow on top of the stone. Now this isn't always going to be stone. I was planning on putting some andesite and things in there as well, and I was thinking about putting snow on top of the higher peaks. But I really like that, so it's only a little bit at the moment, but I think snow is definitely going to be the way to go. You know, only after a certain point. But yeah, this is coming along quite nicely. The only thing I don't like is that with it all being stone and with the dragon being cobblestone at the moment, it kind of blends in. It doesn't stand out as much as I wanted it to. So I'm going to have to think about either finding some way to light that area up, or maybe changing up the materials a bit. The problem with the dragon is because it's made out of stone, bricks, stairs, and oh, hi there. Do you want to? Yeah, just come away from the ender chest, please. Come away from the shulkers. Now, get wrecked. I really need to get sharpness on this sword. Like it's a good sword, but the lack of sharpness is a bit of a downfall. And this place just becomes an absolute mob farm at night. I really shouldn't be out here. But I wanted to kind of take a look at the dragon with the, with the torches and the lighting. Because I was thinking, if I can't find a way to get another block that has stair and slab variants that would stand out more against the stone, and bear in mind the nether portal, that's not going to all be stone either. That's just a frame for me to work with. But if I can't get something else that's going to work for that, then maybe lighting is going to be the way to go. You know, maybe just highlighting it using light and shadow. Maybe that will work. But anyway, I'm going to try and get back to my bed because this place is not safe for me. Alright guys, so it's been a couple of days since the last clip. There's been a lot of stuff going on here. So where we left off, we had this part of the quadrant dug out. Thanks to Grim, who's been over and dug out this part in exchange for some free steak and resources, of course. So there's still these front 2 quadrants to go. And see, the chests are slowly getting out of control, which is why I want to get onto the storage room as soon as possible. So what I've done is I've dug out this bridge over here. You can see I've also started on digging out some of the roof. This is going to go a lot higher. This isn't going to be the final ceiling. And oh, missed some iron there. Thank you. So yeah, I've dug this out here, and what I've decided is, rather than just building houses into the cliff sides like I was originally planning, I'm actually going to have an entire outer ring. So you can see I've already dug out this kind of large quarter circle just to get an idea of where exactly I'm wanting this to go. And you can see it's quite a big circle. I think in total the diameter right up to this outside edge to where it'll be on the opposite side is about 215 blocks. So that's absolutely massive. And that just stops right on that point of the circle over there. Now you've probably noticed this passageway here. Now this is going to be where the path off to the storage room goes. And the reason I've chosen this area here is because of this kind of 5x5 drop that I've got here. Now, if you remember in one of the earlier episodes, if I can just... I think it's that way I want to go. Let's see if I can get up there. Yes, I can. Oh, and I didn't die. That's always a bonus. So this area up here is where the window and future balcony is going to be. If you remember, I said I wanted to have a kind of elevator over here, which is what this chute is going to be here. Let's just drop back down. I thought that was a good landing. Apparently not. Right, okay, let's get back down there then. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to run. Okay, so after that little bit of embarrassment, I'm back over here at the drop chute. Now what I'm thinking is I'm probably going to dig this out a bit wider, so there's going to be a I want to try and build some kind of like slime block elevator using a flying machine to get up and down here. And I'm going to dig out the walls on each side. Probably going to make it wooden, but then over here somewhere, so let's just say for the argument's sake over here, I'm going to dig out quite a large room, and that's where the actual storage area is going to go. The grind is real, guys. 272,280 stone blocks mined so far, not to mention all of the diorite, the gravel, the andesite, the dirt, the coal ores, the iron ores. But this place is really starting to come along now. So Grim's been on helping out a bit, digging down in this area. You can see this is getting there, it's almost done. We've still got pretty much this whole area to do, and what are you doing here? Okay, now that's taken care of. So you can see I've opened up the area by taking out a few blocks on the ceiling. I've also started going round, I've left one layer up here and I've started going round across the inside the ceiling, and I've started marking out the outer edge of the circle. So that's coming along nicely as well. So I'm trying to mine out my storage area, and these guys keep showing up. Like they never end. That has to have been about the 4th or 5th infestation I've had to deal with. I would use the beacon for this, but unfortunately they're currently in use over at the main area. Looks like we're not going to get any more of these on camera. Fingers crossed it stays that way. So I was just on my way to drop off the items I'd collected from digging out the storage area, and Grim was saying there was a lot of lava in this area. He wasn't kidding. That is a fair bit of lava, and obviously all of this gravel that you can see is where Grim's actually been filling in the lava as he's going. That's absolutely insane. But you can see this third quadrant is almost dug out now. I think there's another 2 levels to go. And we've got a friend here. He's just happily chilling with some iron ore. And we've also got some of the roof dug out. It still needs to go a bit further, because as you can probably see from here, it's not even up to the top of the archway yet, so it's got about another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got another 6 or so blocks to go. But progress has definitely been made. Very soon we'll be moving the beacon over into this quadrant, so I'll start on clearing that section of the roof out, while also doing some of this as well. But for the moment, I'm going to get back to digging out the storage area. Seriously, what is with this place? Oh, damn it. hate these things. I absolutely hate them. Oh. Get out. Leave me to my mining in peace. Alright guys, welcome back. So I've got the area that I'm going to be using for the storage area dug out. Now, I'm going to go higher than this. This is just going to be the kind of first floor of it. What I'm thinking is I'm going to dig out probably the same height again. So it's going to be double the height it is now, and have a balcony running around the kind of second layer. And then up there there'll be another set of storage chests. But this is the size I'm going to be using. Now this is the main entrance. Now this connects to the one of the pathways off the main platform, which if we can just quickly get over that. It is a bit of a trek. Can I run please? Please? Why can't I run? Why can I not run? So we need to go around this corner, and here we are. So this is back in the main area. What I've decided is the pathway that I dug out previously here, I'm going to fill this back in and just have this is going to be where the elevator is, and this is just going to be a kind of a small secret entrance. I haven't decided how I want to do it yet, but I'm thinking just a very simple kind of 1x2 with some pistons will do. So that'll be the secret entrance out the back, which will take us to the elevator. But what I'll do now is start designing what this room is actually going to look like. And you see I've got plenty of materials in my inventory. So we've got chests, obviously, would be in a storage area. Got stone bricks, slabs, stairs, and chiseled stone bricks as well. There we go. So if we do it in blocks of 3 chests separated by pillars. So let's grab the chests. Let's just pop some stone bricks at the back here for now. I hate this thing of placing chests. It's great if you want to use single chests, or even if you just want to place chests next to each other. But for when you want to place a lot of double chests, it's actually quite annoying. I'm just so used to shift clicking to place chests next to each other. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to be looking at. Let's grab some stairs. So we do something like that. And then we'll build this up here. I'll put a bit of light behind there. And then do I want to do stairs? Can we maybe do... No, I'm not a fan of that. Let's just take a look at that from a distance. Yeah, something like that works for me. So I'm going to go through and get this area built up, and then we can see what it looks like once it's all done. Alright, so this place is very slowly getting there. I've gone through 5.5 stacks of chests so far, I think. And as you can see, we're not even halfway done on this. Well, I guess not even a quarter of the way done on this, because this is only going to be the first layer. All of this is pretty much going to be replicated up there on the second layer as well. So I need to go out and grab a lot more wood by the looks of it, because I'm completely out of chests right now. And then we have level 1 of the storage room done with 51 chests left to spare. So at the moment it is looking a bit squashed. It definitely seems like it needs to go up higher, but when we add the second level in, that's going to solve that. What I want to do next is get a floor design done, and I think I'm also going to change up these pillars a little bit, just to add in a bit of variation from all the stone brick that we got going on. So what I'm thinking is I might use some of the chiseled stone brick just to break it up a little bit, maybe just on the center line. Or alternatively, what I could do is maybe use some magma blocks. I don't know, just to add a bit of extra light. I don't know, I'm going to go away, I'm going to have a bit of play around with this, and I'll be back once I've got something sorted. Alright guys, welcome back. So I'm not going to lie, it's been a while since I've been on the server. About a week or so, so I've had quite a lot to do over the week. I've also been playing a bit of Stone Block. Been playing on the Duckland server, which is a server for Antonio Ash. But as you can see, I've now dug out the tunnel to the storage room a little bit. This isn't going to be the final design, this is just the area I want to work with. Makes it a lot easier to fly down here, and I've also been working on the storage area itself. So we've got all the chests in, we've got the pillars, and we've got these kind of brackets, I guess they are, which kind of snake around the edge of the second floor, and then the pillar continues up to the ceiling. And what I want to do is dig out the ceiling a bit higher, because even with that second floor it still feels a little bit squashed, and I'm going to then arch the pillars up to the apex and then back down again on the other side to give it a nice, I guess, arched feeling, which is going to look quite cool, I think. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing after that. I'm just kind of winging this as I go, really, but I'm liking how this has turned out so far. So I'm desperately trying to find material that's going to work for the floor of the second level, particularly this edge block here, which is going to be visible from the ground floor. And you see, I've tried a couple of different blocks, but I can't seem to find something that works. So we've got the polished andesite, which in my opinion just blends in too well with the stone brick stairs. Andesite on its own, it's just too different. Not a fan of it. Stone's quite bland. Again, it kind of blends fairly well with the brick stairs. Let's see, we've done andesite, haven't we? Where's the others? There they are. So cobble, there's a bit too much variation, I think. Stone slabs, again, they're very similar in terms of the kind of outline, but the colour variation is just it's too contrasting, I think. Same really with the concrete. It's too smooth, it's too flat, it needs some kind of actual texture to it. So I tried terracotta instead, which I don't think it's looking awful, but it's still not quite right. So I decided to try out some different variations of the terracotta. Now this is grey, this is light grey, supposedly. I mean, to me, that just looks kinda skin coloured, I guess. And that's brown. But that's not grey, and that's not light grey. This isn't how colours work, Minecraft. This is just wrong. Okay, so finally I've decided on a block that I want to use for the kind of trim of the second floor, and that is spruce, which I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, because spruce in my eyes is absolutely amazing block. I think the texture is absolutely fantastic. It's really got a good balance of kind of shadow and highlights, and I think it just works really well with so many different types of blocks, especially stone, especially things like awkward planks as well. And as I've recently discovered, also works very well with polished diorite. Didn't think I would ever say that. Never used diorite before in any build, but I've recently built a diorite house on another server. So, yeah. Let's just leave that at that, shall we? Let's just hang our heads in shame. Diorite. It's bad. Yep. Let's just go hide in the corner or something. Anyway, so we've got the spruce wood in now. That's just acting as a border. The rest, which you can't see up there, unless I want to try and fly up and smack my face into the wall again, is still just smooth stone. I haven't decided yet what I want to do. I'm thinking I might bring the spruce around here as well, though. And I'm probably going to change out the polished andesite to match these pillars here. And you can see I've started putting in the, well, I've put in the first layer of stone brick stairs around the ceiling as well. So what I'm probably going to do is take the stone bricks a couple of blocks higher, then come in again and just repeat that kind of up and over an arch. And I'm trying to decide what to do for the floor here. Now, I did originally come with the idea of having this, so you've got the magma blocks below a layer of glass, which is just to provide a bit of lighting. I don't know if I'm going to keep that. I think if I do, I'll probably continue it around here as well, just to keep the pattern going. But what I'm thinking, if I can find the blocks, there they are. So I'm going to take the polished andesite and maybe pop it down here. So this is going to act as a border for the room. Now, obviously, with this being a Dwarven facility, stone is going to be the primary building block that we're using. So I may leave this as smooth stone, because I don't hate that kind of clean feeling that it's got. Let's try and dig out a couple more of these and let's see how it looks. I mean, it may even be that we take the glass out and just push this border back a bit, although I don't really want to push it back. I if anything, I might want to bring it in one. What I may do though is I may push this wall back one, because if we're going to put the andesite blocks here, we've got 2 blocks between the andesite and the chest, but we've only got 1 block here between the andesite and the wall. It's either that, or do I have some more stone stairs? I do. Because if we had something similar going on here, so let's just say this ended up wrapping around here in a similar way to how these ones do. Not quite sure what I want to do with the door yet. Maybe something like that. And do I have some slabs? I think I do. Yes, there we go. Oh, that's horrible. That is absolutely disgusting. What on earth was I thinking? I've just got no words for it. No words at all. Let's maybe fill that back in. Okay, this is gonna be tricky. Maybe I'm just going to have to leave the door like that. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to have to have a look, see if I can find some inspiration for some 3 wide doors. I might just have to get rid of the arch idea. But yeah, if I can either have this kind of pattern, or I can do it 1 in. You know what, let's go over to the other side. And let's grab some cobblestone for now. So this is where the pillar would be. You're not supposed to be there. Okay. Then we have the stairs coming out like so. So if I did it so... see, that's not going to work because it's not going to match here, is it? If I was going to do that, I'd have to have it so it goes up to this block here, which means I would have to push these pillars back 1. Okay. I think potentially... Is that rain? Oh yes, of course, we've got sky access from the beacon, so the rain's coming through. I think potentially we're just going to have it so the andesite does go under the edge of the stone brick stairs. So we're just going to wrap it around like this. And then I'll have a think about what I want to do with the glass and the lighting. But something like that. Do I have some smooth stone on me? I think I do. Yeah, I've got plenty. So let's grab some of this and we're just going to tear this out, fill it back in with the smooth stone just so we can see how it looks. And yeah, I like that. It's very simple. You know, we don't want anything overly fancy. Just take that so it's kind of ruining it a bit. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go for. Alright, so I've got some work to do. I'll be back soon when it's done. Alright, so the next stage is complete. So we've got the border going all the way around the outlet edge now. I've also replaced the ores, the cobblestone with smooth stone. So I think next what we need to do is figure out what I'm going to do with these front and back walls. Now the back wall isn't going to be as important. As I said, this is going to be more of a hidden door. And what I want to do eventually is get a kind of large dwarven statue in here, and the entrance is going to be between his legs. I need to figure out a mechanism for doing that. I'm thinking just a very simple 1x2 piston door. So we have a piston down below, a piston up top. I'm sure you can understand how that's going to work, but I'll need to figure out how I want to actually trigger that mechanism. Could be through toss an item down in a specific location. Doesn't necessarily matter what item. Okay, so as you can see, I've just gone with something very basic for the walls. Not wanting anything too fancy. Again, this is just a very kind of clean, smooth looking build that I'm wanting. So I've gone with the cyan terracotta. I always have to remind myself because this really does look grey, unlike the actual grey blocks, which are brown and kind of skin coloured. But let's not dwell on that. So the cyan terracotta just kind of embedded into the wall slightly. Again, I'm going to redo those pillars. Actually, let's do that now before I forget, because if I leave it, I will forget. I am absolutely the kind of person who, if I don't do things straight away, I will forget. So stone bricks, we should have plenty of that in here. And we're just going to run this down like so. And again over here. There we go, it's looking a lot more consistent now. Okay, cool. Now I am worried that once the beacon is removed, this smooth stone is going to be a little bit too much. So what I'm thinking is once we're finished with the beacon, we're all done with this, then the centre of the room, I think, is about where I've put the beacon. It might be this next one over. I'll have to measure it out just to make absolutely sure. But I'm going to have some kind of mural that's going to go around the centre. Not entirely sure what kind of mural I want, but maybe just some sort of emblem that's kind of embedded into the ground, surrounded by some embedded stone brick stairs maybe. But anyway guys, I think that is going to be it for this episode. We've got a fair bit done on the storage room. Quite happy with what we got done so far. There's still a couple of little things to think about, such as what do I want to do for the second floor, what am I going to do about the lighting, because I'm not too keen on this anymore. I mean, you guys might have to let me know what you think. I'm not keen on it, but we'll see what you say. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.